So this will be my room for the next 2 nights. My bed is at the lower round, covered over there, and it's shared by how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 of us in one room. It's pretty spacious. I don't think it's claustrophobic. So here's the common area. Kitchen. And the sea view. So these are the wash areas and the toilet. Right, let me have the rest first before going anywhere. So this is a place for pork lover. If you like pork and you like noodle, so this is the 金沙原生肉面. Yeah, it's right along the, what do you call that? Gaya, sorry. So I'm kind of going in to have a taste. This is recommended by the Sabah tourism blog. So I just kind of walk in and they kind of ask them what's the specialty. So this is what they have given me. I believe this is mine. I've asked not to have intestine and liver, so I excluded that because I don't need that. Okay, so she's doing my noodle. I ordered dry, and this is where I'm going to sit. So the specialty of this place is sangmin and pork stuff. So if you don't like innards, you just ask them to exclude it. So they will just give you pork and pork balls. Okay. Comes with tea. All right. First thing first. Just mixed it. Before that, let me try the soup. So that make or break. Very good. Wow. There's this xian wei, kind of freshness in the soup. Although it's a little bit salty, but the xian wei is there. Okay. It tastes like a bak chor mee soup at home. Good. Let me just try the ingredients. It's a little bit salty. I think the pork is a little bit salty, but I'm okay. I think the soup kind of saves the meat. I think For now, I give it a B plus. I think it's coming to an 8. It will depend whether at the end of the meal whether I will long for it. I think that's how it becomes an 8. Yeah. So for now, I think it still deserves a B plus. At the end of it, I'll tell you whether it reaches A. So drum roll. What's my verdict? Okay, I will give it a A minus. It's really nice. Yep. I think what was being marked down was the fact that it has got a little bit of a porky smell. I mean the pork itself. I probably think that it is because I'm not too used to that porky smell. Yeah. I think for the same reason why I don't like to eat liver. So because there's this porky smell there. Yeah. So but having said that, the cuttlefish ball is solid. Okay, I like it. And the soup is good. A little bit salty. Okay, yeah. But yeah, it's an A minus. Nice. You can see a greater part of this Kota Kinabalu buildings. It's basically very retro. It is probably built in the last century, 1960s, 70s. Yeah. Look at this taxi stand. Wow, it is so antique. It's probably built the time that I'm born, in the 1970s, 80s. Frankly, I do like this taxi stand. Yeah, it's just kind of stood the test of time. Very antique. After talking to my roommate, come out just wanting to go to the seaside. Looks like the weather is not kind of in a very good shape. The clouds are just very overcast, and I think there's a high probability that it might rain later. So I'm just like a little bit half-hearted whether I should actually make my way to the beach, which is on the other side. So anyway, there is a very big shopping mall here. I think something which I don't know. I thought Surya Sabah is the biggest. I think this is just as big. I think if you look at the front thing. Do you think it will rain? It looks like a 70-30 to me. So I'm pretty half-hearted what I should do now. On the other hand, I really feel like going to town to have something. I think I just passed by a satay this afternoon. So that's pretty inviting. However, I think they told me that the store will be closed at 5 p.m. which is 15 minutes away. Yeah, so I'm like kind of stuck between a rock and a stone. So yeah, 这里也不是，那里也不是。This mall is called Oceanus Waterfront Mall. Well, since I'm here, why not just have a pit in there? Right, muscle. Okay, which is here. Oh dear, it doesn't bot too well. Wow, I think most of the stores are closed. I think people are still recovering from COVID. Yeah, I think tourism is in a slump still. Other than some stores like Guardian and some souvenir there. the entire mall is vacated. Okay, that's a little bit too depressing. Just got to leave this place. These are the rows of restaurants along the waterfront. Actually, come to think of it, the wind seems to blow away all the overcast cloud.
Yeah.
But again, I think this is probably just a wishful thinking of my right. See? Those clouds are just moving away. Yeah. The good clouds are just right behind. Now, on the screen itself, the screen is split between half good cloud, half bad cloud. This is the Waterfront Mall, just next to the Oceanus shopping mall. So that's where a whole range of restaurants by the waterfront. Not sure it's going to rain later. That's why I'm not going to the beach already. Yeah. Right, very joyful sights. Everybody is dining, facing the sea. I'm just going to walk around this waterfront area without going too far away. Yeah, just in case it start to pour, then at least I can know where to kind of seek refuge in. So from the waterfront, I'm heading towards the inland. Yeah, that's the old part of the street. See whether there's any food to eat, things to drink. Yeah, before calling a day. Right in front of me is Gaya Street, as you can call it, Jalan Gaya. So this street has got a lot of restaurants. We just kind of have most of our food that I've eaten are around this area. I think you can probably, I don't know whether loosely term it as the Chinatown of KK. Yeah, because I think most food here, most establishments are Chinese. Yifeng is here. Yep. The restaurant that we wanted to go this morning, but yeah, couldn't make it because they are closed for 4 days. Wang Jiao. Chicken rice. So typically all the old Chinese food, the kopitiams are here in this locality. I'm actually looking for the satay store, which I passed by this afternoon. I know it's here, but I don't know whether it's this street or the street next to it or over there. Yeah. I think there are some very nice kopitiam here, coffee shops. So Gaya has the most authentic local food. The most concentration here. Yeah. There's even this barber shop. and it's just right below Signal Hill. Could it be that street? Oh, Kinabalu. The one that I had my char kway teow last night. I was told to have laksa here. Yeah, this is the laksa store, but it's closed. I'm not going to have the same food again, so I'm trying to look for my satay shop. Where is that? Where's that? I'm trying to retrace the steps that I've taken in the afternoon. Oh, okay. So this is the pork noodle store that I had just now. Alright. Then I remember walking along the streets. After the pork noodle, over there. There's another kopitiam selling satay as well. Look at that, the satays. So yeah, I've decided against going to the satay. I think mainly because it's going to rain soon, so I better eat something which is quite near to where I stay. If not, I'll be caught in the rain. I mean, just eating satay just will not last me for a good 1-2 hours. So I think now I'm thinking, okay, to eat at the shopping mall, which is just next to my hostel. Yeah, so I'm leaving Gaya. Gaya is just behind me. Yeah, so just waiting, just walking briskly so that I can reach there before the rain starts to fall. Next stop, Centerpoint, Sabah. So this shopping mall is located pretty close to where my hostel is. So in case rain, I will just have to just make a 10 steps run to my hostel. I believe this is one of the biggest shopping mall here in KK, judging from the looks of it. But this is very old school. Yeah, I mean from the building external and internal itself. Yeah, I think compared to Surya, I think this is no fight. I mean, yeah, these are just very old school building, old school shopping mall. But this is where the people are. I think we have a similar Centerpoint back in Singapore. The building almost have the same layout in terms of how the escalator move. So there are 2 rows of escalator. I think that's where the similarity stops. It's probably developed by the same owner. I don't know. So let me just take you through this shopping mall quickly. Centerpoint, Sabah. It's a very old school shopping mall. This is super irritating. There's no down escalator, only up. And they force you to kind of take the stairs if you want to go down. That's so creepy. And even so, even the staircase are also staggered. Okay, so they don't run continuously. So you have to go from one end of the staircase to another. I thought that only happens for escalator. Never know this kind of creepy things also happens when it comes to staircase. The only reason why I bring you into this shopping mall is not because of the shopping itself. It's actually to look for a restaurant. It claims to have the best Roti Canai. Let's see where it's at. I suspect it could be this. Restaurant Islamic Makanan Istimewa. Let me just go around this place to confirm. Kanda Makan Islamic Restaurant. I highly suspect it's this, but just in case, let me just walk around. Nasi ayam. So this is the whole food court at the basement, selling mainly Malay food. Alright, let me reach out to my Google Map and check it out. Okay, Kota Makan Islamic Restaurant. So I think this is what they sell. A lot of cooked food over here. But what I'm going for is this Cobra Ayam. Alright, back to where I'm going to sit, which is here. Okay, my food is here. So this is what I've ordered. Roti Cobra with chicken and Tongkat Ali. I think I've heard so much about Tongkat Ali, but I never get to taste it. So it does come in the form of a sachet. Okay, yeah, it's like a 3-in-1 coffee. And then you just put it into hot water. Yep. Okay, let me deal with the Tongkat Ali first. Alright, so this is Tongkat Ali. It has got androgenic function. So yeah, I don't know what will happen to me tonight. But it tastes like coffee. It is coffee. Okay, so come to the proper Roti Cobra. So what does it contain? It has got Roti Canai, vegetables, chicken, and a piece of egg. Yeah. So it's like roti prata. They make it like a meal. Let me break the egg. So it's my first time having this, and my first time having this. How do I like this? I'm not exactly a roti prata person, but I think I can accept it. So let me just put on another cap, okay, assuming that I like it. How does it taste? I think it tastes good. No, it didn't have all the baggage in there. It's not too spicy, as in a lot of spices. Yeah. So I thought for a non-Indian, non-Malay, I think it is very easy to go down our guts. Yeah. So here's my bill. $8.50 for the roti, and almost half of it goes to this Uncle Ali. Oh, you better deliver my sexual power, man. So yeah, on the whole, it's good. I have just had my hearty meal over at this Canai Makan Islamic restaurant. I mean, to be frank, I'm not really a so-called Indian Muslim food person. Okay, but the fact that it actually kind of make me feel tasty. Okay, so and also okay, because I'm not an expert in that, as such, I do not kind of market too strictly. I mean, unlike other local food which I've tasted. So, well, drum roll. What's the verdict? Okay, I will grade it an A-. Oh, King Babu Liam King. Luckily for me, I think I make a choice of coming to this shopping mall to eat rather than to eat at Jalan, what do you call that, Gaya. Yeah. So, right choice because my hostel is just next door. Yeah. And also the fact that being in a shopping mall, I can actually have the flexibility of hanging around until the rain got smaller. Yeah, which I probably will do it now. We'll just walk around and see whether if there's any dessert I can kind of look at. Yeah. If not, if there's nothing, then I will just hitch straight back to the hostel next door.